captured the movements with what's called a Vicon motion capture rig, which is very high-end motion capture. But even when you use a high-end system like a Vicon, it's very difficult. Almost all motion capture stuff that you capture has to be cleaned quite a lot. And a lot of what we've been doing is struggling to kind of clean up the moves and get them perfect. They look pretty good on here though. So we've been developing different environments experimentally to create a nice sort of setting for people to practice their Tai Chi at home. There are two basic sort of technological things that we're looking at. We teach Tai Chi classes, and our idea is to try to recreate a Tai Chi class online. There are certain advantages to having an online Tai Chi class. First of all, we live in Cornwall. We don't particularly like going up country. So if we can stay down here, and teach people elsewhere, great. I mean, the fact of the matter is, people want to learn Tai Chi all over the place. We sell books online, and I sold this book to a guy in Alice Springs in Australia, and he said, well, how can I learn? So I thought, well, if we can give him something he can put on his computer. So one thing we've got, one piece of technology is, what's this called, Justin?
WebKit.
WebKit.
It's the same engine that drives Chrome and Safari behind the scenes, but you can. It's open source, and you can.
It's inside your game. You've got a browser. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but it actually means that you can basically give people all kinds of information. You could even have a demo of your game inside the game, or for example,
it's a bit like Second Life by the sounds of it. That sort of idea.
It's a browser within a game. What it basically means is that if you're looking at different kind of marketing strategies for selling your game, some games, for example, multiplayer games, are given away free, and then there's certain in-game items. That's how they make the money, through micropayments. You sign up, and then I want that particular sword or something. It costs 0.2p or in-game gold, 10 gold or whatever. What this means is you can actually have a payments thing in your game, where you go in and just kind of put your credit card details in here, and then click, and you can actually buy that item, not in-game gold, but actually it's a little kind of window of the real world. For us, teaching Tai Chi, it means that we can take people onto our website and we can show them bits out of books and photographs.
This is when the PNGs are broken here, because we had some problems with PNG and WebKit. That's fixed now.
I'll show you another. Little video of it.
So the basic mechanism is that the idea is in the game you watch the 3D character doing the moves. The advantage of that over watching a DVD is you can see it from any angle, so you can spin the camera. You've got
here we go.
You can spin round, copy it, and then you can video yourself doing it.
This is our main kind of training area sort of thing. This is our little character called Megan, and here we've got our in-game browser, but we've also got a sort of, well, there's like a transparent screen. What it means is that basically people can learn the moves at home by following the character and copying it, just like you could in a Tai Chi class. One thing we have in a Tai Chi class we can do is feedback. So we can say to people, oh look, your foot's in the wrong place. How can you do that in a game, you see? So what we've done is get people to video themselves using their smartphone or video camera, and then they upload the video straight in-game, and then they can watch themselves on this semi-transparent screen and compare it. And with a bit of luck, you might even be able to see that happening. I mean, it's experimental. If we're looking at any way in which we can possibly teach people, the first thing we thought of, like you say, is the Connect. And maybe in the future the Connect will be powerful enough to capture what's
something just like that. Connect would be perfect, whereas you want to capture them. And then
I think the new version coming out is going to be pretty.
The new Connect, but the thing is, we've captured the Tai Chi movements on a state-of-the-art 15 camera 200 Hertz Vicon rig with infrared cameras, and it's state-of-the-art. It costs thousands and thousands of pounds, and you can't do it real time. There are still serious problems. The stuff has to be cleaned.
Clean it after. There's a whole pipeline of stuff that goes through until it comes to
hours
here.
and hours of work, and it's a nice idea that the Kinect will be able to pick up your moves and stuff, but in the reality world, that's years away. It's just not capable.
We've always got an eye on that, and we'd love
Yeah,
to do it.
in the future it will happen. It's not there yet. A lot of what you see with the Microsoft Kinect is actually smoke and mirrors and marketing. It doesn't actually pick up your body moves the way you think it does. It picks up things like arms moving like this. Like I said, if you were to turn sideways onto the camera, it would immediately like
2 dimensions and 3 dimensions. So you can get 8 Kinects and place them in different positions. And
we had a 15 camera.
Like I said, it's completely.
We had a 15 camera system, seriously, with little balls glued on. As soon as you move one hand in front of the other, the system is screwed, and that's something you can't get around. The only other way to do it is these mechanical suits that people have with sensors. They cost a lot of money.
About
and
40
they
grand
wear
a
out.
piece, or something like that.
Does it capture it in real time?
Yes, it does, but it needs a lot of processing.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Kinect is something, like you were saying about your Oculus Rift, okay? It may be something that takes off, it may be not. It's something we're looking at, and it's something initially we thought, yeah, this looks great, the Kinect, you know. And when it first came out, it was stunning, wasn't it? But if you're playing Dark Central or something, it's mostly you're mostly sort of doing that, aren't you? Anything a little bit more complex.
The other thing you have to factor in is if you want to be remotely teaching someone, you might be, the teacher's sitting there and then they've got the problem of synchronising the movement across the network. So as soon as you go multiplayer, like an FPS game, if you get lag, if you shoot at someone and then they get a bit of lag and then suddenly you get people jumping, you've got the same problem with this as well. You've got network delay, an unpredictable network delay. So suddenly, if you suddenly get a 1 second lag spike, then suddenly what the teacher's seeing and what the student's doing is kind of out of sync with it.
So this is a kind of intermediary method that we're looking at as a way of being able to give people feedback. The fact of the matter is, it is not possible for us to recreate entirely a 3D Tai Chi lesson. The way technology is at the moment, it's simply not possible. But we've got a dream that in the future that will be possible. Until it becomes possible, we've got to look at other methods. Now, what we're doing has certain advantages and it has disadvantages. And this is the same with anything that you look into. The advantages of working online, first of all, people can do it anywhere in the world. They don't have to go to a Tai Chi class. They maybe don't have a Tai Chi class near them, right? So someone in the middle of the desert, as long as they've, they can hook up to the internet, they can learn. And people don't have to go once a week. They can learn every day. If they want to, they could log on in the morning, evening, they don't have to do it at a particular time. Also, they can work with advanced people from all over the world. They can work with us because we can go online and we can say,